The meaning of Mathrukrupa is nothing but mother's blessing as a whole. There were two main visions for the client to renovate this space. One is for his own mother. He had his family, his wife and son living in Muscat. He wanted them to move back to India. Hi, I am Sandesh Sandraj. I'm an interior designer.
This is Apurva Lekha. I am the principal architect of AD Studio 9. We'll be speaking about our project Mathrukrupa, which is in Ramamurthynagar, Bangalore. For more details, visit buildofy.com. We reached the site by a very narrow road. Our site, measuring 25 feet towards the north and 40 feet towards the west, has a built-up area of around 2,000 square feet, which has a very densely packed neighborhood, almost abutting each other. So we had to tap in a lot of light and ventilation into the house. This bedroom had a very dead space here, so we wanted to kind of take the puja niche out and have a really good tiny sit out here and the wardrobe areas, with the cot being here. We had very minimal space for the side table, so we have introduced a really interesting foldable side table. And the puja room is being introduced here, accommodating dining area here. We wanted to make something really special about our dining table. So we went in search of really good countertops. We really found this beautiful green granite, which was of 10 by 10 feet. And we have used it in this project. So we wanted to have a very minimal and a very subtle touch to the type of interiors that we have done.
This house requires miniature kind of furniture, and it so beautifully happened with the help of one of our friend Deepthi. So we were able to pick up almost all the furniture. She helped us in terms of getting the furnitures and all of those things.
Since there's a restriction in the width of the area, we kept the walls to be very plain. And we introduced a vitrified flooring. According to our material palette, we have introduced cane elements in many of the spaces. Puja shutters being one of it. We have sandwiched glass and cane together. We have hand-picked few furnitures which is of teak wood and cane, and a wooden chester complementing it. That it was one of the most challenging aspects of this particular house, the staircase that we have, which was shifted from outside to the inside part. In frame structures, we have columns and beams, but here in load-bearing walls or load-bearing structure, that's not the case, because the periphery wall, being a load-bearing wall, could not be altered, or there were no windows that could have been punctured. So we decided to make this whole space, open to sky, so that this could kind of light up the whole space that we have, the common areas. Because of the narrowness of the plot, there's very less scope of having any type of landscape which can be visually seen from the inside of the house. So we introduced a green patch from the bottom till the top. It gives a very soothing effect to the whole space. In terms of the detail, we have continued the use of pattern tile for the razor, and for the thread we have used a locally sourced granite. One part of the requirement, which was to have a family living here with no gadget entertainment at all. So it was more like a informal living or a casual space to just be with.
So basically this was an individual 2 BHK space, rented house before. So now that this has been converted into a duplex, we have removed the front staircase and made this a big space in terms of accommodating 2 bedrooms and 1 living.
As we move ahead, which connects us to the master bedroom. We have provided good number of windows on either side so that there is ample amount of light coming in. So moving ahead, in the position of the existing staircase, we have introduced a slab in this portion, which is an extension of the kids' bedroom.
In terms of the artwork, artist is Saffron Studios, Mr. Mahesh. They have done the artwork for the entire space.
The kids' bedroom has an attached balcony, which becomes a major part of the elevation. We really thought about the type of design that we are going to come up. Is it going to be open? What type of closed space are we going to do? So we have done a very interesting exposed brick jali work. It also provides an interplay of light and shadow throughout the day, which makes it more interesting. Also does not really reveal the house from the outside. There was one requirement of the client to have a dining space in the terrace floor.
We had to be extremely careful from the structural point of view. So we did involve a couple of structural experts. One, Mr. Shailesh, they are from Swift Engineer. Mr. Lokesh, who worked as a senior officer in PWD. So they are the main people who work with us for almost all the structural part. So we were removing the main load bearing walls, and we had to be extremely careful. And the way the building is standing out after the execution at present state, and the kind of feedbacks that we have got after the execution is completed is something where we are very proud of. It is because of the kind of trust that we received from the client.